Hey everybody, it's Muscle Car Campy, and we're back with another tire fryer, a 1968 Ford Shelby Mustang Cobra GT350. It's a mouthful, but it's a whole lot of car. Before we get started, don't forget, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell up top so you're notified every time a new video goes live. Today's feature car is owned by Ronnie Dasher. This car has been a Florida car its entire life, sold new at Ray Hunt Ford in Daytona Beach, but here it is today. Ronnie bought the car for a princely sum of $1,750 in 1972, and he's had it ever since. It did sit for a little while before he could get a chance to restore it, but here it is in all its Shelby glory. In 1965, Carroll Shelby was given the orders to make the Mustang a competitive race car. Those first GT350s were barely civilized street machines, but they tore up the tracks and beat production. They walloped the Corvettes. But this car in 1968, the car was definitely, they were putting a lot more GT in GT350. Grand Touring was the order of the day. This car, wood grain in the steering wheel, wood grain steering wheel, wood grain across the dash, in the console. Definitely a much more comfortable riding car. Although to be frank, they did have an upgraded suspension over the regular Mustang. Shifter is way down low here on the floor. But that was kind of a thing with all Mustangs back in the day. But the Grand Touring part of the GT350 was definitely becoming more and more apparent this year. Included in the Shelby package was an 8,000 RPM tachometer, typical of Fords at the time. It had no red line on it. Also, this car has a clock, temperature gauge, and if you go down to the console, extra Shelby mounted gauges down there. One thing Ronnie has added over the years is air conditioning. This car was not air conditioned from the factory. But as you probably know, the high-performance 289 based 306 horsepower engine was gone for 1968. In its place was a 302 4-barrel with an aluminum intake manifold from Shelby American that was actually made by Offenhauser. To get the 302 up to a more respectable level, the owners added a Mallory Unilite ignition and Hedman headers. The headers definitely wake this car up. They say God is in the details, and this car has details everywhere, so this must be a godlike car. I mean, I love the side scoops, beautiful, functional. This car originally came with the Shelby hubcaps, the 1968 Shelby Mustang hubcaps. Ronnie replaced them with the optional road wheels. And then you get to the back, a new design. It was similar to 67, but a little bit different. On the back, instead of Cougar taillights, you had mid-60s Thunderbird taillights going across the back. As a guy who used to work in a gas station, I love this. The fuel filler door that you open up, you pop it open, close it up, dual exhaust, and just going down the street and seeing the word Shelby across the back of this car, I mean, it just sends shivers down your spine. You know, that really meant something. Alright everybody, we're here with owner Ronnie Dasher, and he's giving me the keys to the car, and we're going to go for a ride in this Shelby. It is a 1-2-3-4 speed transmission. I can feel that he's got it tuned perfectly. Heading out of this parking lot right now. Ronnie, I know what draws me to this car. What drew this car to you in 1972 that made you say, I'm never getting rid of this car?
Now, there's really no reason. I never really needed the money like most guys that got nobody pregnant and had to sell the car because they have a baby coming. And and I just parked it out of sight, out of mind, knowing one day I would restore it. And it just worked out that way.
I've driven a 67 GT500 and a 68 GT500. This is my first GT350. I love the color on the car. I love greens. I love the wood grain inside. What's your favorite part of the car, Ronnie?
I guess the front end, the looks of the front end.
Tell you what, I think it's got more guts than that 250 horsepower factory rating.
Yeah,
you did tell me you put a cam in this car, didn't you?
Yeah, small cam and the headers and distributors.
Wow. And what gears are in it?
389 factory gears.
389?
Yeah.
Okay. I can tell it was revving a little bit, but my own Mopar has 391, so
yeah.
I can relate to the high RPM.
Yeah.
Man, this thing is stout, no doubt about it. This is no joke. I mean, I wasn't really even getting on it there.
I've been 100 miles an hour twice in my life. Once in this when I was 17, I'd run 117 and backed off for 1 second. And then mile one I got 100. That's the only time I've ever been 100 in 2 cars.
Man.
But it's got a little bit of play in that wheel, but
for 302, it has lots of low-end power. I mean, I didn't even have to go down a second for that 25 mile an hour turn. Yeah, definitely more play in the steering than I was expecting, but
yeah, I got it. I had it all lined today, but I think it's too much play in the wheel. I mean, it's got a nice little sound to it. I mean,
oh, it sure does. It definitely has the power and then some that Ford took out of it in 1968. But it is a really nice riding car. I'll take it.
1750.
Perfect. Yeah, not even 17,500 to get this car.
No.
And
I will never sell it.
I don't blame you.
My son may, but I never will.
Have you ever taken this car to the track?
No, I never did. My brother did. I never raced mine. My brother, his was pretty damn fast. But he had like, I never really hot rodded a whole lot.
Now, did you have to ever rebuild this engine? Is that when you put the cam in?
Yeah. That guy at Plant City, Bill Thompson, redone it.
Ronnie, you may never get me out of here.
Well, I'm glad you enjoy it.
All right, everybody, this is Muscle Car Campy, and that's a wrap. Don't forget, hit the button, subscribe, ring the bell so you get a notification every time a new video goes live. share the link to this video with all your Shelby and Mustang loving friends. We'll be back with lots more Detroit Iron soon. You won't want to miss any of it.